Hey y'all, as I was in prayer today, God put it on my heart to finally talk about what all God has been showing me these past few days in my dream, which is also relevant to the now. So recently I had a dream. There was a part 1 and then part 2. So part 1, I talked a little bit about me creating a strategy of a new area that I was going to. That was a dream. And then there was a part 2, but this particular part of the dream, I kept pushing it off because I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a dream, so on and so forth. And basically, I believe God wanted me to talk about this dream. So this dream kept repeating itself to me. It was basically something that God wanted me to do. And as I was in this dream, so I was focusing on what God was wanting me to do. But I noticed that as I was talking about it in this dream, I saw a spirit following me around. Not a good spirit, but actually a bad one. A very fearful and a very lustful spirit, actually, from third parties of men. So I saw men just like following me around as I was, talking about the strategy that God was wanting me to focus on out loud to people. And basically, it's not like some normal, oh, he likes you, It's like as you get closer to God, you become more spiritually sensitive about repetitions that you see from people. And it was like they were like targeting me in some way. So, yeah. I also saw another spirit following me as I was walking into basically what God was calling me to do. It was a jealousy spirit. I knew these two spirits were trying to reach me in the now, so like in real life, but I kept like pushing my dream off, thinking that it was only a dream. Then I began realizing that I was actually being targeted, and it has something to do with what all I was sharing. So I was sharing too much too quickly. And basically God was showing me, he said, don't ever put too much of your business out there when you speak to people out loud in public. He also confirmed this to me by other people who I believe were also speakers of God. And basically God gave me more of a feedback on it through this dream. He said, it allows the enemy to target you a lot sooner and a lot easier because now is drawing more of an attention to you. I knew this was a warning for me, but also a clarification as to why I'm noticing certain things shifting so much. Also, God has told me that he wanted me to pray more instantly about this generation of people and the generations to come as soon as he drops something in my spirit. And lately, I have been feeling led to pray for a very evil spirit that is known to be going around, where it will be men targeting women and like different types of trafficking schemes that is all set up by the enemy. Also, I'm now feeling a little bit more led to speak more on this targeting spirit. So in my most recent video, I spoke about how the enemy knows that his time is rising up. So he is trying to use anyone and everything he can, such as third parties, to get you off course with God and his plan for you. And God immediately brought this verse to me. It is from Matthew 2:13 through 16, which says, and when they departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word for Herod, for Herod, the king of that area, was seeking the young child to destroy him. And then verse 14 says, when he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt I have called my son. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. So basically this is about, of course, Jesus being born, and the wise men, Herod wanted to know what was the meaning of the star from the wise men. The wise men said, oh, there's a king, he's going to be worshipped from all nations, he's going to deliver, so on and so forth. And basically Herod, being an evil king, he was trying to attack, basically he was trying to get to Jesus, but he couldn't get to him. And the wise men, even though they said, oh yeah, of course we're going to do what you say, that's when the last verse says, once he realized that he was mocked, he sent forth and declared that all children. So at first he just wanted to target him, but then he targeted all the children of Egypt from 2 years under, according to the time which he had diligently required of the wise men. Okay, also another verse God also brought to me, saying in Exodus 1:22, and Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. So this is the part of the Bible where the Pharaoh was threatened by the Hebrew women, because they were favored by God and they were multiplying very, very quickly. And the housewives that he called to kill every firstborn male, because he was scared that the men will rise up against him and kill him, he required they kill one of the firstborn daughters. I believe it was one of them, I'm not sure, but I should go back and read. And basically they were afraid, it might have been more than one or one of them, and basically they feared God, and God blessed them for not following Pharaoh's attacks. So God brought me to this to bring up a point that he spoke to me, I want to say a few days ago. He said that the enemy is setting out to attack women now in their youth, because once our time matures, we will become of age where we will be able to ruin his whole agenda, just like how the kings who were used by Satan to kill every newborn boy to get Moses and to get Jesus, basically, because they were newborns. He knows that he can't truly attack the people, but that's not going to stop him from, he himself can't get us, basically, but that's not going to stop him from trying to get other people to target and attack women as a whole. But fear not, says God. Okay, I also feel led to speak this. God told me that what you're facing right now, he said that you are the sacrifice that will save nations. He reminded me of how Jesus sacrificed himself to save the world, and Paul, which leads to elevation in an infinite reward. So when he brought up Jesus, basically God was saying, just like how Jesus himself was a sacrifice, a crucial part, before his elevation he was told to sacrifice something. Whenever God elevates you, you're always told to sacrifice something. And when you're connected to different nations of people, sometimes God will use you to be the sacrifice and not so much a thing to be a sacrifice. So that doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to die, or that like something terrible that you're afraid of is going to happen. That's why God says fear not, because he knows that those fears aren't his will. Why would God tell you to fear not if it's his will for you to be afraid of something and not actually come in authority over it? So, and when God brought up Paul was connected to